a group of people who are self-entitled that the country belongs to them. They are still, operating the mentality of conquest of the Usman Dan Fodio of the 18th century till this moment. Nigeria got independence in 1960. That is 65 years after. Where exactly are we? And where are we going to be in the future? It appears some people don't give a hoot. Some people don't give a damn whether the country crashed, whether we move forward. The Igbo man does not vote on the basis of tribalism. The Igbo man votes for the person that will create an environment that will be conducive for them to stay. They don't vote on the basis of tribalism. But here in the North, they vote on the basis of tribalism and religious bigotry, but more of religious bigotry.
Welcome back to Local Journal, my people. Some Nigerians, they of the opinion say we then divide this country so that everybody go in own separate ways. And this one now onto the fact say we they divided across so many lines. While some people they talk say now religion na be a problem for inside this country, some they talk say now tribalism na be the issue where they hold us back for inside this country. Well, for me, so many things bothers this country, and the genesis of the problem where we get for inside this country now the amalgamation what they do for January 1914. For me, this is the major problem where we get onto say this country not supposed to be one. This country na different people will be, na different belief, na different way now we they operate. Our thinking faculty, our rationality, our belief system, and everything they very totally different. We no be one country at all. But instead, where they go allow us make we dey as we did before, they can't amalgamate us. And now where our problems start from now be that since the amalgamation, Nigeria never get peace till date. One region they always try to lord over the other regions based on say these British people were amalgamate us, empower them well before they come out. Until date, they are still trying everything where they go feed you so that they go stamp that their authority and superiority on other regions. Well, this one are based on my own understanding, but for inside this video, this man they call Magnus Oraka, him don't come shook mouth inside this matter to take giving own opinion on the reason why Nigeria did like this and the reason why it go be very difficult for Nigeria to move forward. He talks so many things inside the video, and I go play the video so that we go watch the video together. But before we watch the video, if today na be the first time when they visit our channel, make you like, make you share, and make you subscribe.
What exactly is Nigeria's problem? What exactly? Of course, every Nigerian after the last election would tell you that our basic problem is religion and tribalism or ethnicity. But how do these things constitute problem to Nigeria? Let's start with religious bigotry. What is religious bigotry? You see, we've been talking about Christianity for a long time. It appears it's only Christianity that is the only religion that can be scrutinized or criticized. We also have Islam. We have other forms of religion, but the two major religions in Nigeria is Islam. Now, most people in the North, particularly the core North, are more influenced by religion. And why is it so that religion happens to be of deeper influence in the North than any other place? Now, the religion they call Islam is not a religion practiced by the purpose, for the purpose of salvation. Islam in Nigeria is not a religion that is practiced for purpose of salvation. Rather, a group of people who are self-entitled that the country belongs to them. They are still, operating the mentality of conquest of the Usman Dan Fodio of the 18th century till this moment. And they believe Islam is a tool of conquest. Let me tell you how Islam works. First, in those days, they raid the place and conquer the place and then force you to accept the religion and then put an emir for you who must be a descendant of those who introduced Islam. A very good example is Kwara, Auchi, and other places that have been conquered and Islam has been Kogi. Now, I am not against people practicing their religion. I don't have a problem with anybody practicing Islam. I don't have a problem with anybody practicing Islam. Where I have a problem with is if your religion now determines your choices. I know people, even if you bring the biggest, the highest professor that's a Christian and the dumbest Muslim, they will tell you that a goat that is a Muslim is better than a professor that is a Christian. They say it here. They say it here always. Now, we have been handling these sentiments for many years. The question is, where has it led us to? Where exactly has it brought us? Where has it brought us? Now, it's amazing that other than the fact that religion has brainwashed us, we've talked countlessly on Christianity and fake pastors and fake miracles and fake everything that we see every day. But other than that, we are in 2025. Nigeria got independence in 1960. That is 65 years after. Where exactly are we? And where are we going to be in the future? It appears some people don't give a hoot. Some people don't give a damn whether the country crashed, whether we move forward. I know some people. I'm trying to handle this topic without necessarily offending a group of people. But we have to say this. I know people from the south. We don't vote on the people from the south and the southeast. Even though I know some my Yoruba brothers who say the Igbos, they vote based on tribalism. No. The Igbo, I can tell you for sure, the Igbo man does not vote on the basis of tribalism. The Igbo man votes for the person that will create an environment that will be conducive for them, conducive for them to stay. They don't vote on the basis of tribalism. But here in the north, they vote on the basis of tribalism and religious bigotry, but more of religious bigotry. More of religious bigotry. I know some, you see, I was watching one video yesterday about Sheikh Jingri. Let me play it. Let me play it.
2027, Muslim Christian.
Now these are the people. Let me play. Sorry.
2027, Muslim Christian. Kun yi kaɗan, ko kun yi sama, amma ba ni ba ne. Allah ne ba zai yarda ba. Ba ku da ƙuri'a. Ba ku da ƙuri'a. Magana ku yi wuru-wuru, ku je Faransa ko ku je Ingila ko ku je wani guri, wai ai wawa ido a harbi wato sakamakon zabe sanda Ahmad.
Let me play it again. I think it's 30 seconds.
2027, Muslim Christian. Kun yi kaɗan, ko kun yi sama, amma ba ni ba ne. Allah ne ba zai yarda ba. Ba ku da ƙuri'a. Ba ku da ƙuri'a. Magana ku yi wuru-wuru, ku je Faransa ko ku je Ingila ko ku je wani guri, wai ai wawa ido a harbi wato sakamakon zabe sanda Ahmad.
Okay. You see, we on this page we talk about pastors always, but we've never spoken about imams. These characters are the very problem of the North. That is the only thing that survives them. They present themselves as defenders of Islam. What he was saying in that video is that people are already projecting that in 2027 is going to be Muslim Christian. He said that will never happen. That it's not him, it's not the one saying it, but it's Allah that is saying it. It's not the one that is rejecting Muslim Christian, but it's Allah that is going to reject it. You see, in Nigeria, most Muslims see Christians as docile. And that is because we have pastors who are more interested in money than the body of Christ. They are not really, look, the only time they will come out is if they, let's say Tinubu makes a law today that they ban first seed or first fruit. All these pastors will be talking. But Muslim ticket, Muslim ticket for life, they don't send. So long as their businesses are not tempered, none of these pastors will talk. So what the pastor is, these are the, for me, I don't call them imams. I call them hate sowers. You can't imagine the type of hate these Muslim clerics sow in the North. They sow very, very deep hate. These imams are the ones that politicians use, because once, if election is going to take place tomorrow, they gather them in the mosque and imam says, vote for this person. If you don't vote for this person, I'm going to curse you. Now most Muslims believe that imam have the power to curse them, and once he curses them, it stays. So because of that fear, a lot of them will go and vote according to the will of the imam, not according to their will. Now these people are everywhere, but that what this man is doing, what this man is even saying in this video is one of very many videos I've seen during election, during non-election time period. I've seen hate preachers with microphone preaching hate with public megaphones, yet they are not arrested. They are not arrested. So what is the essence of voting if at the end of the day people, because the whole idea of voting is because of the belief that good is greater than evil. So if we have a country of 250 million Nigerians, 250 million Nigerians can be bad. So the reason why they say majority carries the day, because majority of the population is believed to be good. Now, if the bad politicians now have influence to influence the outcomes of election, that means the idea that majority carries the vote no longer subsists. But you see, I've always thought that religion is a problem of Nigeria. Look, let me tell you, religion is not the problem of Nigeria. For me, yes, religion is part of the problem, but the biggest problem, I won't say a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I won't say this. But now that I've seen it, in fact, my experience in Kwara State and my experience in Ibadan, God, I can't even begin to narrate what I saw in Ibadan. Look, the northern man, it is easier to relate with a northern Muslim on political issue. Trust me, I'm telling you, it's easier to discuss with them that, look, the only thing that is holding back the North from doing what is right during the political election period is fear. Fear for the fact that maybe they'll be beaten, they'll be flogged. I saw one video where one elderly man was being flogged by a small boy because he criticized the governor of Kaduna State. Grown-up man of over 60, they are flogging him like a child. That is religion at play. But you see why I say tribalism is a problem, because you will see an educated man, very educated, speaks good English, but once he hears ngbati ngbati, atiwani tiwani ngbati owale shele, immediately, you see, because most of the religious bigots, if you look at religious bigots, they are mostly illiterate. Religious, whether Christian or Muslim, just watch, they are mostly illiterate. But you see tribalism. Somebody is well read, somebody is a graduate of a university. The whole essence of being educated is for you to be able to use your intellect to discern and operate rationalization in order that a fair decision is arrived at. That is the whole essence of education. But where somebody who possesses the ability to activate rationalization is now being biased, then is a problem. There are some Yoruba tribal bigots who, for what it is worth, their gain is that, well, the country is bad, things are not working, but at least Igbo man is not president. I can tell you that there are some Yoruba bigots, the only problem they have is that an Igbo man should not be president. So I am beginning to wonder if the whole essence of Nigeria being one is for the Igbo man not to become president. I asked a question. I asked one Yoruba guy, Adeyemi Dairo. I asked him, have we made a decision so that an Igbo man cannot be president? I waited for like 20 minutes. He didn't answer. Is there a discussion somewhere that a decision was reached that, look, Igbos should not be president, so that I don't be fooling myself, fighting a fight I don't know what decision has been reached? Because the last time I checked, they want to go by forming a country they call Biafra. They want to go. He said, no, Nigeria is an indivisible country. Nigeria is the unity of Nigeria is what they use, is sanctimonious or whatever. Now they want to go. They say, no, don't go. We must stay together here. Okay, fine. We will not go. Let us contest in an election. They won. You refuse to give him. I asked somebody who was a pro-Tinubu supporter. I said, do you think Tinubu won Rivers State? How can Tinubu win Rivers State? Who knows Tinubu in Rivers State? Yet he won. In Plateau State, where the election was close to 2 million for Peter Obi, before daybreak, we saw that the whole thing was slashed. All the polling unit was labor. 400,000. Only does not local government alone. Peter Obi got more than 400,000. I see people talking about tax reform. When we begin to assess the policy, it's like we've all concluded the whole concept of grabbing, snatching, and running away with ballot has been accepted as a norm. I think what Nigeria should be talking about after the shameful performance of INEC is electoral reforms. So electoral reform, not all this tax reform, whatever, this thing, just to... My brother, do you know, there's a guy that does, during the Peter Obi, there's a Yoruba guy that does the Yoruba TV session on my page. He just slumped and died today because of hardship. Every time he comes, I've told many of you that are watching me that every time in the morning, I don't have, but every day in the morning, we must assist the poor. So I just heard he slumped and died. And I'm like, oh, we're about the same age with this guy. Throughout today, I've been scared. Really, really scared. Because it can happen to anybody. I pray God give me more time to stay. It's funny. People are hungry, for crying out loud. Let me repeat myself. People are hungry. People, they hungry. I'm telling you the truth. People, they hungry. Do you know that 5,000 naira cannot cook a decent meal for a family of 4? What do you want 5,000 cook? And before you buy oil, Maggi, tomatoes, onions. I mean, we look at these things and we laugh about it. We joke about it. Some people just come and be say, Peter Obi can never be president. As if Peter Obi is the problem. As if your joy is that Peter Obi is not president. How can people carry so much hate? Look, I've met some Igbos that have really annoyed me. I've met Igbos that have really, really offended me. But I cannot use the experience I have had with a few people and, stereotype them based on their tribe. I've met I have a neighbor that's Igbo, very annoying, but I cannot say because they annoy me, then everybody is like that. Yes, they can be proud, I know that, but it's not enough to stereotype. But there are some young guys who for no reason just have this deep-rooted. See, those days when I was discussing this, in some Igbo say they hate Igbo, I will be thinking it's a figment of their imagination. But I saw that thing black and white in Kwara State. I saw it black and white. Look, if they conduct 100 election, no Igbo man win election in Kwara State. The worst person to deal with politically in an election situation is a converted Yoruba Muslim. Oh my goodness. Those group of people, you cannot reason with them. Yoruba Muslim, you think the Hausa Muslim is wicked. You think Fulani Muslim is wicked. No. The real wicked ones are the Yoruba Muslim, because these ones, they know the truth. They know the truth, but they will allow their hate for a certain race dictate. So I watch them on TVC. I watch them on Channel CV. You will be seeing them just saying ridiculous lies because they want to show loyalty. We have attained a situation in Nigeria where we are gradually making criminality a culture, or corruption is gradually becoming a culture for us, where people can actually brag and be proud that I am a Yahoo boy. What's my job? I do Yahoo. Where if somebody goes to steal money and you hear the amount of money he stole, let's say somebody is a 419er and you hear that he jobbed somebody 300 million naira. Now here people would hail her. Well done. Police that come, the only time police will arrest you is when they know say car, the thing don't blow, they don't feel cover them. But if they can cover it, so how far we might share. We have a system that is completely bad. And yet, people are not even thinking with this collapse in this governance system of Nigeria, where are we heading to? In 1980, a bottle of Coke was 15 kobo. A bottle of beer was 2 naira, was 25 kobo. A bottle of beer, 1980. Even, let me know, when I came to Jos, a bottle of Coke was 1 naira 50 kobo. Then beer, 3 naira, 350, 400, 250, 350. That same thing is now 1,000 naira, 1,002. And we laugh about it because we can still afford it. When every government come and they destroy the governance system, they print a lot of cash for you. So that no matter how the price increases, you could still have money to buy. And you think, well, let's just increase minimum wage. Anytime you see the increased minimum wage, the increment of minimum wage is an acceptance that we want to embrace inflation and we want to embrace the collapse of our currency. So anytime I'm hearing minimum, our solution is not increment of minimum wage. Our solution is providing a credible and veritable system that selects good leaders. I have stopped getting angry when I see anybody supporting Tinubu. I've stopped being angry because if you are a criminal by nature, or you are a corrupt man by nature, or you are a biased man by nature, certainly you will support the government of today. Are you telling me that the government does not know that, look at the amount, people are stealing the amount? Are you telling me that the government does not know that there is budget padding? Look at what transpired in the Senate where the Inspector General of Police was defending a budget. And somebody say, hey, what you are reading is not what I have in my hand. He said, they will send it to you after. Let's just go ahead. Even the chairman, you could see that they already know. That man was in the dark. And he brought it to light. Say, hey, what he's reading is different. Because at the end of the day, the police department will sort all those. Look, you guys, I pity all these so-called. See, everything, corruption has collapsed. You get me? So I feel so bad. I feel so bad that the future of the youth is crashing and they don't care. And that is because these youths are only connected to what they will eat now.